For deep understanding, you need to appreciate similarities and differences. Categorization is a tool that helps you build this appreciation. One important aspect of deep thinking is to know what sets one thing apart from another thing, but also where they share common features. This requires, but also builds, an understanding on a deeper level. Most people who look at these two pictures, for instance, only would see two sheep. But if a shepherd were to look at them, they not only could see that they belong to different breeds, but also whether the sheep are healthy or not. If, on the other hand, you show the image of a sheep, a giraffe, and an orca to a biologist, they could tell you that they all belong to the order of even-toed ungulates. Biologists had to study the anatomy of these animals very carefully before they could arrive at this deep level of understanding. To build the understanding takes time, and one way to do this is repeated categorizing or grouping. When we categorize, we're forced to notice similarities and differences and to weigh them off against one another to be able to place things into a specific box. So we're forced to think in a very specific way. We start with a list of words, a list of images, or a collection of real items. Next, we go through the list and we compare and contrast the items with one another. The goal is to find a set of categories so that every item fits into one of them. Ideally, no category is labeled miscellaneous, and you usually want to keep the number of categories to a minimum. Let's look at an example. Here we got a list with the elements roof, gift, Italian wine, hedgehog, elephant, needle, Garden Eden, pear, portal, check, out as in football, dog, lost property office, mistake, and looks. How can we categorize them? Let's see. Some of them are animals, elephant and hedgehog. A pear and a wine are plants. So maybe we can put those into one category. Actually, a lot of the other ones are human-made. A roof is built, a dog is also built. Well, maybe let's say we have human-made objects, natural objects, and then we have more abstract things. Human-made objects are roof, needle, portal, check, and dog. Natural objects are Italian wine, hedgehog, elephant, pear. Abstract things are gift, Garden Eden, out as in football, lost property office, and mistake. What's still open is looks. Now looks is Latin for light. Actually, if we think of the natural category as anything that is concrete but not human-made, light can go into natural. Hang on, I was originally thinking of the natural category as something related to living beings. But if I now put light in there and say natural means non-human made, I've got a problem with my wine. It is a human product, so I have to rearrange this and put it into the human-made category. And now that I think about it, the pear as we eat it today is also not a natural product. It is the result of many generations of humans tampering with pear trees. But there must have been a wild ancestor species at some point. So if I take pear as referring to that, it still makes sense in the natural category. As you can see, even with such a simple list of words, I really had to think in order to put them into the right categories. And I had to revise categories and classification scheme as I went along. And that's it, what makes categorization such a powerful thinking tool. The categories I found are not the only ones, by the way. There are others which are also justified. If you can think of any, share them in the comments so that we can all learn something. And if you found the video useful, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos on how to think deeply and creatively. And I see you in my next video.